In the small town of Bramblewood, there was a forest known by the locals as the Whispering Woods. The name came from an eerie legend that surrounded the dense, shadowy trees. They said that if you walked deep enough into the forest, you could hear whispers. Not the rustling of leaves, but voices, faint and sinister. One autumn night, a group of teenagers, eager for a thrill, decided to venture into the Whispering Woods. Among them was Sarah, a curious and brave girl who didn't believe in the supernatural. She led the group, flashlight in hand, as they wandered deeper into the forest. At first, they heard nothing but the crunch of leaves underfoot and the occasional hoot of an owl. But as they moved further, the forest seemed to close in around them. The trees grew taller, their branches twisting like gnarled fingers blocking out the moonlight. Then, the whispers began. Soft at first, like a distant conversation just out of earshot. The teenagers stopped, straining to listen. The whispers grew louder, more distinct, carrying with them a tone of desperation and fear. "Help us," they seemed to say. "Free us." Sarah, undeterred, followed the sound. Her friends, uneasy, urged her to turn back, but she pressed on, drawn by an inexplicable force. The whispers led them to a clearing where an old, decrepit cabin stood, its wood rotting and windows shattered. Ignoring her friends' pleas, Sarah approached the cabin. The whispers grew louder, almost deafening now, and she could make out words amidst the cacophony. They spoke of a curse, of souls trapped in the forest for centuries. As she stepped onto the porch, the whispers turned to screams, echoing in her ears. Inside the cabin, Sarah found a diary. It belonged to a woman named Eliza, who had lived there with her family in the 1800s. The final entry spoke of a dark presence that had claimed the woods, trapping the souls of those who died within its borders. Suddenly, the door slammed shut. Sarah's flashlight flickered, casting long, dancing shadows on the walls. She heard footsteps behind her, but when she turned, no one was there. Her friends banged on the door from the outside, shouting her name, but she couldn't open it. The whispers turned into voices, clear and distinct. They told her to find the heart of the forest, to break the curse. Fear gripped her, but she knew she had no choice. The cabin's walls seemed to pulse, alive with the trapped soul's anguish. Summoning all her courage, Sarah ran from the cabin, deeper into the forest. The whispers guided her to an ancient, twisted tree, its bark blackened and oozing a dark, tar-like substance. At its base was an old, rusted axe. With trembling hands, Sarah took the axe and swung it at the tree. With each strike, the whispers grew louder, more frantic. The tree bled darkness, and with one final blow, it split open, releasing a torrent of black mist that swirled around her, then dissipated into the night. The forest fell silent. Sarah's friends found her at the tree, the axe still in her hand. The oppressive feeling that had haunted the Whispering Woods for centuries was gone. They returned to town, shaken but alive, and the legend of the Whispering Woods faded into history.